watu waliambiwa mleta Christmas. Waliposikia wana pesa hakuleta watu. Mimi nikajitia kimbelembele, nikamsaidia kanita, nikajaza nyumba ya watu. Huyu ni yake kaa nzuri, hata jianzeni kutoka hivi. Yaani hata jinsi nikamwachia mtu at least ampe kitu kidogo. Hakunipatia jaza kunitusi tu. Kaachana. Wallahi. Sasa ndio sitaki kufushana naye, sitaki kuonyesha kwamba ina haja. Lakini nitamhoji kama wewe mwambie ningependa kumhoji, maana tunafanya historia ya kijana mjasiriamali. Yeah. Umeshindwa kunini? Sasa nimepata nilichotaka. Hapa ndio poa. Kidogo tu ya sina nini. Najua mimi nakujua wewe, nakujua nilikimbia. Alafu lakini ulikuwa na utu pia. Manake uliniambia
sasa ningekufokia kwa simu.
Hapa siku nipokea.
Nikwambia nipige. Ndugu yangu. Mimi siko. Kama acha kwanza nikusaidie iko kujibu.
Sawa. Usijali. Yes. Pia nalafilika. Tumia fursa hii tu. katikati. Sorry.
Good afternoon once more, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about to begin the closing ceremony. We have just requested the hotel to come and play for us the anthems again, the KC anthem and the anthem of the Republic of Kenya. And then we will start and we'll try and make it swift. I think it's been a very intensive 1.5 days, so I think a break is needed before we come back to our town hall as civil society. Just bear with us for a second to play the anthems, and then we'll start. Thank you.
I'm just asking what they for East Africa do not know the anthem. Why do we need an instrument? Why can't we sing the anthem? Yes, let's sing the anthem. And I think the Kenyans will help us with the Kenyan anthem.
Yes.
We're wasting time.
We're wasting a lot of time.
So let's start up then and do our anthem.
Mama ni nani? Ni waziri wa Uganda. Jumuiya Afrika Mashariki, tuwezeshe kuishi kwa amani, tutimize na malengo yetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Pendo na mshikamano viwe msingi wa umoja wetu. Tulinde uhuru na amani, mila zetu na desturi zetu. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Ndani na hata mashambani, tufanye kazi sote kwa makini, tuwe kwa hali na mali, tuijenge jumuiya bora. Jumuiya yetu sote tuilinde, tuajibike, tuimarike. Umoja wetu ni nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu. Kenyan anthem. Mungu nguvu yetu, ilete baraka kwetu, taki iwe ngao na mlinzi, mtu ujirani na undugu, amani na uhuru, na raha tupate na ustawi.
Thank you very much. You may be seated. Honorable Ministers, Honorable PS, Honorable Secretary General, we start with the protocols that we had established yesterday, just so that we can save a bit of time. We know the people that are flying out this afternoon. I would now like to call my sister Joyce Avalo and the GSZ team to introduce for us the award ceremony for the competition here at Welcome, Joyce.
Thank you very much. I will give the moderator for the opportunity to give the introduction, and then we'll have the session.
Thank you. I'll also stand by the protocols already mentioned. This morning we had a very interesting hackathon, and 16 innovators from the 8 member states actually reached award-winning enterprises that are integrating the East Africa community. So I wanted to just mention a few things for the sake of all of us who are present. The jury was already aware of the pitches that were being pitched. They've actually been interacting with us for the last 2 days. So even if some pitches were done, let's say in French, they were already aware of the content of what was being presented. So the entrepreneur said she was more comfortable to speak in French, but she understands English well. So just to clarify that point. The second point is that we are going to make the awards, and these awards, and some are going to win some prize money, which the SJ will announce. This is just, we would almost say, a tip of the iceberg, because we want to, and the program is going to give more support to the innovators, the ones that are actually going to be today, and the ones that have actually sort of made it to the final. So we want to continue handholding them, mentoring them, coaching, providing them with more business training, so that they can really do business in a strong way within the East Africa community and raise more funding. And then lastly then, I think for the judges, and we had a very big deliberations after the pitching, the winning enterprises, they were able to look at the impact of the venture or the idea being presented, its impact to the East African community, and also the economic sustainability of the business being presented. So that it's not only very social, but cannot stand on its feet and let's say outlive the award, right? So they looked at those 2 criteria to pick let's say the 8 enterprises to be awarded. And the 8 enterprises to be awarded for the SG and the ministers and the PS are all flown. There is an award for each member state, right? So there's an award for each member state. So every member state is carrying home an award after the pitching today. So with that said, I want to give the envelope that has the names of the award to the SG. So she will, I cannot follow the program, she will open it, she will announce let's say the 8 winners, we will call them out, and we will hand over the checks that they actually need for those topics. But I hand over the floor to the SG to proceed from.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Observing all protocols, I know we are soon coming to the formal closing session, but this morning we did have a good engagement with the young people of the East African community. And those of us who joined us in that session, you will all agree with me that we had great ideas. True or false? I think it deserves a really great round of applause. I also would like to take the opportunity to appreciate the JZ for partnering with the ESC on this important venture. It is really building bridges of of the young people and ensuring that they see themselves as East African. The JZ has remained a long partner of the ESL. We are really grateful through the ULIT program that we are able to recognize the young people for their efforts. I have been given an envelope here. I'm trying to unseal it. Yes, but I think that it is sealed. Thank you so much. So I think for good order, I will announce the names, and then we will invite the JZ and our chair of the Apex Body, Julian, to join us as we present the certificates and the awards to the winners under the observation of the Council of Ministers here and our host PS. So they're not in order because they are all getting the same amount of money. It is my honor to announce a prize envelope for each of the named winners of 15,000 euros. As we have had, and those who didn't clap, where is the problem? Let's do this again. Very much. The money will not stop there because there will be follow-up as you've had. So I have here from the Republic of Burundi, the enterprise name, this is drum rolls, water company. The
We'll be in one line. Wait, to send the banner, let's give each other a minute. Guys, excuse me.
So for the organizer,
Mister, how can we share that space?
yes, I think you should join that speech out to represent the secretary. A round of applause. If you remember, this is the company that talks about sweet potatoes and nutrition. Then the next one, again drum rolls. The ELC member state is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The enterprise name is AgriMod. The founder name is Chibuza Bihaheka, UNESCO. Congratulations. Congratulations. We saw the act that you're using to revolutionize agriculture. Congratulations. The next ESC member state, drum roll, Kenya, and the winner for this category is Boss Taka Enterprise. And the founder name is Kaba Hasim. And we saw the great work she's doing on reclaiming solid plastic waste. Congratulations, and you remember the advice you are told to expand to the lakes as well. Congratulations, the next country, drum rolls, is Rwanda. The enterprise name is Fresco Fruit. The founder is Pacific Niagurena. Nio Rurema. And it is called that you're creating a market for fresh fruits farmers. Congratulations. agriculture. I mean, the youth are really ahead of us in agribusiness, isn't it? Amazing. Congratulations. Now, for me, the next one was my favorite because I was there and I was studying, and I can assure you this one was my best. And this was South Sudan, and this is Future for Family. Congratulations. We saw she's using a mobile app to send information on family services, and there was even using an app for remote private counseling sessions. I mean, that is really amazing. Congratulations. Then we move on. We had Tanzania drum rolls. Drum rolls for Tanzania did reach. Safe seats. I would ask the winners not to go very far because there'll be a group photo. As Faith Kuya is coming. Congratulations on your best. So Faith has an innovation where she filters water in order to curb diseases. So we see health sector represented here. This was my second favorite, the last one, and this is Uganda. Uganda, for me, again, second favorite, Hilton Traders Limited. Muyasa Helen, she was so determined, you know, Ugandans and their blood. I have a question. Why Ugandans carry their blood in their eyes? Every time I Ugandans see them with their blood. This was also on the plastics recycling, and I remember even when the judges told her her time is up, she still made her pitch before she sat down. Congratulations for that. I think the last week when we had the summit, Uganda won a student's essay, and they came with a flag. So, congratulations. Let us invite the winning team, all of you, the 8 of you. Please join, and where are the members of parliament? Honorable Makabe. Karibu, nyomba picha Makabe. There was also a member of Yana from Burundi, I saw. Are you from Burundi?
Tukiwa mbele twende down. Hiyo picha itakaa. Hiyo picha wachana na hizo, watakuja mbele yao. Ama waende juu huko. Sasa hiyo picha itakaa hapo. Yeye anataka katikati ya wengine watakaa wapi? That picture work. Turudi nyuma sasa tupate tuwai wote. Turudi nyuma.
Haya. Chuchuma uko mbele. Chuma. Aha.
very much for that, Honorable SG, Honorable Ministers. Once again, congratulations to all who contested, and to those who got awarded. We wait to see round 2 of this time next year. Without further ado now, I would like to invite the chairperson of the Regional Dialogue RBC and the CEO of IACSO, Ms. Lillian Alex, to give us the highlights of the forum recommendations. Welcome, Lillian.
Read this later. Can request a picture. Last picture. Never should have done the recognition.
I didn't take a photo. I'm doing video live streaming. I'm just doing a live stream. I'll show you this link of the live stream link. Yes, I think it
Habari za mchana. Thank you, moderator, for this session. And I think allow me to use a few minutes just to give it. I know once we open up the recommendations, we have a number of issues to be discussed. Thank you very much. So I know it has been quite a busy 1.5 days that we've had quite a number of discussions, and a number of recommendations have come out from the various issues discussed on the different panel sessions. We'll be reading them in time. I believe those who have some of them projected, just in case you have questions. I hope I'm not left anything out. So at this juncture, I just wanted to also give my remarks or rather thank, strongly recognize and thank the presence, also the convening of this forum would not have happened without our woman leadership. Let me just one of the things I think from the discussion I had since yesterday was a lot around gender parity, a lot coming out around inclusivity of women, and of course of young people as well. So I just wanted to commend the EAC for their incredible initiatives and efforts to recognize women, but also ensuring that we have a lot of women in power in the EAC. And one thing I can attest and I can say as one of the citizens who has been led by women, not only a woman, but also women from where I come from, taking from experience, women make things happen. Let's just be honest. And let's just be sincere on this one. I'm sorry to the fathers and brothers in the room, but women make things happen. We didn't have this forum for 6 years, and she comes into office in less than 3 months. I don't know what other letter was I could use, but this has been quite a journey, I have to be honest, as chair and civil society. I know that our Makame is here to tell you, finally it's happening. We've been making noise all the time. So at some point we have lost hope. Let me be honest, at some point we almost had lost hope. I myself had lost hope. But having you coming back to revive this, I think this is a very strong initiative. We also giving hope to civil society, private sector, that we want the community. And for me, that's what I don't take it for granted. It's a very strong initiative, and we strongly and appreciate your leadership in this one. Well, moving forward, I also would like to take this opportunity to strongly also recommend and recognize and thank the national partner states, that is the ministries, for their also contribution to the national dialogues, to ensuring that they convene the national dialogues whenever, I mean, at this short timing, and also for them ensuring that they're also present. I mean, you have to take into the running it successfully. So we thank the various departments, and I'm happy that we see the social affairs director taking this forum ahead. Madam General Morris, I think we thank you very much for your leadership and guidance. It has also not been easy on your side, but we really appreciate your efforts. Also the customs, Madam Flavia and your team, we strongly appreciate your guidance, and I think we now see a fully integrated East African community, where we have the private sector with us, we have the civil society with us, and everyone is present here to actually support us. We really thank your witness. And also this also, just to add on, I'm sorry I'm not taking much time, I also just wanted to conclude and finalize also by thanking the development partners present. We strongly also appreciate you. Quite a journey, it has been quite fast, but we see that you've done a lot of effort around this. We appreciate your recognition of the young people. This gives us hope for the future of young people in the region. And I think that is very strongly appreciated also with the civil society and the private sector, the different initiatives and projects that you are working with us. We strongly appreciate your support, and we really ask you not to time. Let's also be here again next year with your support. But also, last but not least, also thank the dialogue parties. Then again, as I said yesterday, it has not been me and myself. We have the Apex bodies who have really pushed also to have this forum also revived. So Apex bodies, wherever you are, you can actually just wave. And thank you for also convening the different sessions. I know the discussions were entirely Apex bodies efforts to actually bring together speakers. Some have supported the speakers, some have supported their members to be present. I think we need to really appreciate the efforts of the Apex bodies, and I hope at the next SGS forum we also come back in full force. So thank you to the Apex bodies. And finally, thank you all who came to listen to this forum. I know it has not been easy. All the citizens, the young people, and this also goes without saying, the media. This is also very strong support to have you here. Because then again, as one of the panels was discussed yesterday, one of the strong recommendations was that we need to ensure that we have media. The only way we can disseminate information within the partner states is through the media. So please, join me and thank the media strongly. And with that, I conclude my remarks. I see Mr. Moderator looking at me. I will now directly head to the recommendations and carry on. So I have with me a few, or let's say we tried as one of the things that has actually been discussed over the previous SGS forum was that really we come out with a lot of recommendations. So we have really tried to see how we summarize the number of recommendations also for our ministers to be able to implement them. We don't want us to just be showing things and then next year we come back and still showing more. So I think since we are reviving, we decided that we start slowly, and then hopefully the next other issues we can have practicable recommendations that are being implemented, and then we can generate more. So at this juncture, I'll just read them through, and I'll start with East Africa. These are recommendations. Now I'm going to read them to specific stakeholders. So then, I just wanted to also say that these recommendations have been written in regards to who they are recommended to, which stakeholder of the dialogue is being directed to, and who is expected to act upon these specific recommendations. I'll try and read them, and I hope Maurice will be projecting them as I go on. So first recommendation goes to the East Africa Community Secretariat. That is to enhance communication and cooperation among member states to overcome challenges in integration. Secondly, goes to the partner states of the East African Community, and that is to explore alternative funding mechanisms for East African Community to reduce dependency on external donors. Thirdly, goes to this. Let me start. I don't need to begin. You know, if the moderator looks at me, I get nervous. the East Africa Community Secretariat to enhance communication and cooperation among member states to overcome political challenges hindering the integration. Secondly, to the partner states, that is to explore alternative funding mechanisms for the EAC to reduce dependency on external donors. Thirdly, to the East African Community Partner States again, to work towards eliminating restrictive conditions affecting the free movement of goods, services, and people, including mutual recognition of professional qualifications. Fourthly, to the East African Community Secretariat, to establish a dedicated youth desk to address the concerns of the region's youth population. Thank you for that one. It's very important that I assure you that we also have youth and also CSO desk. Fifth, we go for the East Africa Community member states to create a comprehensive, actionable youth agenda through consultations and roundtable youth groups. Sixth, is the East Africa Community Secretariat to strengthen youth representation in policy and decision-making processes. Seventh is that the partner states, that's the East African partner states, to enhance training programs for SMEs on trade procedures and documentation. Eighth is the East Africa Community Partner States to redefine peace and security frameworks to fit contemporary threats and engage in structural dialogues. Sixth is the East Africa Community to address language barriers by translating key texts into multiple languages and promoting communication programs for peace. The next recommendation is for partner states to develop inclusive policies prioritizing small-scale farmers in green initiatives. The next recommendation is the East Africa Community to establish community-driven innovation programs for sustainable agriculture and renewable energy solutions. We also have a recommendation on to the local governments to engage more actively in EAC decision-making processes by participating in the meetings of the Council of Ministers. The next recommendation is to the EAC Secretariat, that is to promote dialogues at border points to resolve emerging cross-border concerns. And also there's a recommendation to the Secretariat again to expedite the harmonization of health insurance and healthcare professional standards. And then to the partner states, the East African partner states, to invest in local manufacturing capacity for pharmaceuticals, aiming for significant production. Again, to the partner states to invest in expanding digital infrastructure for rural areas to enhance small-scale businesses. And then also to the East African Community is to implement policies encouraging digital adoption and create a favorable regulatory environment. To the East African Community, that is also another recommendation, is to develop unified policy for local content across member states to better support local businesses. And I'll not say this is the final one from my list. That is the East African partner states to leverage on technology in tourism to connect local providers with international markets. I believe there are a number of other recommendations that I believe will be shared on the screen, but moderator, I would request your guidance as well. Am I allowed to open up for any? So that is please. Okay, so with me, I just wanted to also increase the number of recommendations, Madam Secretary, allow me just for the initial session that I made. I think I'm looking just like we have that is improved digital connectivity by partnering with local and global technological companies to expand affordable digital access to the rural and rural areas, but also ensure affordable digital public infrastructure by reducing taxes on digital tools and services and maintain affordable access to digital public goods and platforms. There's also a recommendation to support innovation and youth empowerment by providing funding and incentives for startups and young entrepreneurs. I think that was just one of the practices that we just see right now. And then we also have enhanced market access and inclusivity by developing platforms for connecting small scale businesses with payment system to facilitate seamless cross-border transactions. I think I would say those are the recommendations that have been presented to me, and I request to hand over to you, Madam Secretary General.
Yeah, I was actually one of the leadership academy. But there's a recommendation on the establishment of a leadership academy across all member states. Thank you.
Thank you very much. A round of applause for those. I think it has really been very fruitful. We will move to hear some remarks from a few of our visitors, not visitors, a few of the guests who are taking us today and our VIPs. And I will try and moderate this session because I think Gillian has handed over, so we can't let her down. And we will hear briefly. Please let us keep our remarks short because we know this is supposed to be a very short session. And allow me first and foremost to invite Honorable Makame Abdullah to come and represent East African Legislative Assembly. Tumpe makofi. Mheshimiwa kutoka muungano wa Tanzania. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much, Madam SG. Right Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Deputy Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Right Honorable Member of the Council of the Republic of Rwanda, Mheshimiwa Principal Secretary, the Abdi, CEO, CSO, distinguished participants. It's a pleasure to be here today. As the CEO said it, it is indeed a dream coming true. You know, ever since I came into Yala, as I said earlier, in the fourth assembly, 5 years I spent, no forum. And now 2 years again, because we have a SG who is very positive. She kept her ear on the ground. She heard what is mattering. So now we are saying that we are seeing how we can move forward. We are having hope. So we are looking forward to greater participation of all the people of the community. And to achieve that, I would agree with all the recommendations that have been said, because they are your recommendations. But in order to set the agenda in the proper perspective and to have the council carrying and spearheading the agenda of the ESC integration as it always does, there was a participant in one of the panels we were sitting saying that the ESC treaty does not provide for implementation of the treaty. No, it does. I can assure you it does. If you look at Article 1 and Article 49, it says that the Council will be submitting annual reports to the Assembly. And when it does that, then the Assembly, it is being broadcasted to the entire community. So, as a civil society and citizens, you could take interest in following up the submission of that annual report. But the annual report is one thing. It has to capture the indicators of implementation of the integration and implementation of various commitments that have been agreed to and entered upon, so that all of the people of the community can track. And the media, as rightly said, can also report positively and can engage the citizens at the top of the state. So let me not take very much of the time because we are pressed for time here. I'm very glad to be part of this meeting on behalf of the East African Legislative Assembly and the Right Honorable Speaker. But also, finally, the final one. We say we have ourselves to be integrated as the community, as the secretariat, organs and institutions, all of us, we need to have, because the people, as when they're looking at us, they're looking at us at ESC. So we should be one team, with the council, with the secretariat, with the YANA, and all other players, the ESCJ, and to that end, we should empower our courts to deliver the justice to the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. A round of applause. Allow me to invite the next speaker. Our next speaker is the Principal Secretary for East African Community in the Republic of Kenya, PS Abdi Dubat. PS Abdi Dubat, upon the ascension of the chair of Summit, His Excellency President Ruto, automatically becomes the chair of the Coordinating Committee of Principal Secretaries. Can you? Yes.
Thank you very much, Honorable SG. I hope I'm audible. Good afternoon, everyone. Before I start my small speech, allow me to correct my brother David and also the president of YAXO. She had mentioned taking recommendations on the use of the word member states. The East African community, we are not member states. Member states denotes to subscribe to something that is a bit far, kind of untouched. The treaty language is other states, and there's a reason for the use of the word other states, that we are contracting members of the agreement, the East African community, but we are also partners, and that's how we see ourselves. So, challenges with the mic. Thank you, that's better. So I hope that will be corrected going forward. Honorable Secretary General, Veronica Juba, First Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for ESC from the Republic of Uganda, Madam Rebecca Alitwala Kadaga, on General James Kabarebe, who is also the Minister for ESC from the Republic of Rwanda, the President of YAXO, all distinguished delegates and partners, good afternoon. As we draw the curtains on the 7th Annual East African Community Secretary General's Forum, I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your active participation, commitment, and contribution throughout this forum. It has been a privilege to engage with such a diverse and dedicated group of stakeholders, representatives from the private sector, the civil society, the academia, the government, the media, and all other partners present here. The theme for this year's forum, a resilient and fully integrated East Africa, harnessing opportunity in the borderless community, has been a guiding light throughout our discussions, reminding us that the East Africa's journey of integration is one of both immense potential and significant responsibility. We have come together to explore the multifaceted challenges facing our region, and more importantly, to identify the vast opportunities that lie ahead. Over the past 2 days, I have been briefed that we have had robust conversations on 6 critical sub-themes, each contributing the collective vision of a more integrated, resilient, and prosperous East Africa. The insights shared over the past days on the sub-themes have not only deepened our understanding of the challenges, but have also illuminated a clear path forward. The practical recommendations, the good practices shared, and the lessons learned from the last 25 years of regional integration are invaluable as we move towards implementation and implementing the actionable recommendations that have been presented to us here today from this forum. It is critical that we remain committed to the collaborative spirit that has defined this dialogue. I urge all of us, in our respective roles, whether in government, business, civil society, the media, and our development partners, to continue the momentum generated here. Let us work together to transform our discussions into tangible actions that will strengthen the foundation of our community and drive us towards the realization of a borderless East Africa. The journey ahead may not be without its challenges, but it's a journey we must undertake together. Our shared commitments, collaboration, and the practical solutions we've discussed here will undoubtedly shape the future of East Africa and contribute to the realization of a resilient, fully integrated region. I would like to take a moment to thank our chief guest who opened this session, Honorable Felix Kosgei, who is our Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service at the Republic of Kenya, for graciously presiding over this forum and for highlighting to us the tenets of full integration. I also extend my appreciation to all the speakers, the panelists and facilitators for their valuable contributions. Your expertise, insights have been invaluable in enriching our discussions. And to the EAC Secretariat and those who helped organize this forum, your dedication and hard work have made this event a resounding success. Allow me to also appreciate the presence of our ministers, Council of Ministers, who have also participated in this session from the beginning. Equally, I acknowledge Honorable Veronica Lupa, our Secretary General, for her visionary leadership in re-engineering the Secretary General's forum, making it more responsive to our current regional needs. I think a lot of praise has been heaped on our SG, deservedly so. And thank you very much, SG, for inviting this forum. It's important to say that the difference between the first EAC, and I always say this, and this EAC version 2, as we call it, and what has kept us together and what will keep us together is involving each and every citizen of the East African community in the integration process. And that includes all the stakeholders. And I think that is something that we cannot afford to miss. Finally, I extend my deepest appreciation to all the participants. Your active engagement and throughout contributions demonstrate the strengths of the East African community and our collective drive for progress. As we conclude this forum, let us remain inspired and focused on our common vision of a resilient, integrated, and prosperous East Africa. Together, we will continue to overcome the challenges and harness the opportunities that will shape the future of our region. Thank you very much, and I wish all of you all the best. As the host, I would like to also welcome you to the Republic of Kenya and this beautiful city of Nairobi. And for those of you who are traveling, who are coming from outside the Republic of Kenya, please don't be in a haste to go back home. This city and its environments has a lot of good things to offer. Enjoy East Africa, enjoy Nairobi, enjoy Kenya, and the hospitality of our people. Thank you very much.
For the pleasure to invite our Minister, Honorable Minister of Council, Retired General James Kabarebe, the Minister of EAC, Republic of Rwanda.
Honorable Secretary General of the East African Community, Honorable Ministers Present, Honorable Yara Wilba, Honorable PS, PSC, Kenya, Honorable PSG, Chair of Public Police, still witness, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I will start by extending my deep appreciation to Honorable Veronica, the Secretary General of the East African Community, for convening this 7th annual East African Community Secretary General's Forum under such a crucial and inspiring theme towards resilient and fully integrated East African community, harnessing opportunities in the borderless community. I would also like, in the same measure, to congratulate you for your exemplary leadership in steering the East African community and for your invaluable contribution to the success of this 7th and EAC forum. Allow me also to extend my appreciation to my colleagues, Honorable Rebecca Kadaga, who first Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of ESC of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Dennis Bondo, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs and ESC of the United Republic of Tanzania, for your participation and your valuable contributions during this forum. My deep appreciation also goes to private sector actors, civil society leaders, and development partners for your active involvement, insightful contributions, which have reached this forum, offering both a clear understanding of the opportunities we must seize and the challenges we must address in our journey toward deeper integration. Over the past few days, we have engaged in profound discussions and deliberations on critical reflections regarding the progress and future ESC integration. The themes and priorities discussed here, including economic integration, cross-border trade, social cohesion, and infrastructure development, resonate deeply with aspirations of the people of East Africa. Let us ensure that the resolutions and the ideas generated are translated into tangible actions that improve lives, promote trade, and foster peace and unity in our region. The discussions on the challenges facing our integration agenda have been equally illuminating, reminding us of the need for vigorous innovation and collaboration to overcome obstacles such as regulatory barriers, security concerns, and governance issues. Most importantly, the positive outlook of the ESC integration agenda shared within our deliberations gives more confidence that the East African community is on the right track. Our collective commitment to this noble cause will undoubtedly translate these discussions into actionable strategies that will provide transformative change across our region. As I conclude, I wish to affirm Rwanda's commitment to the East African community. Rwanda remains steadfast in its support for the ESC agenda and the leadership of the President of the President of the Republic of Rwanda. We have championed initiatives to strengthen regional collaboration, including investments in infrastructure, harmonization, standards, and peace-building efforts. We believe that the private sector is a vital partner in realizing our regional objectives and are committed to creating a conducive environment for business to thrive. Rwanda strongly believes that our collective resilience will stem from our ability to harness our individual strength, share best practices, and work together to unlock opportunities in our glorious community. By doing so, we can create a robust framework for economic integration and prepare us into a future of shared prosperity. As we go to the close of this forum, let us remember that the journey of regional integration is not a destination, but a process. It is a process that demands our continued collaboration, mutual respect, and innovation in addressing emerging challenges while privileging our immense communities. Once again, I thank the organizers of this forum for their exceptional work and the participants for their dedication and passion. Let this forum stand as a testament to the power of collaboration and dialogue in achieving our shared goals. I thank you, and may the spirit of East Africa guide us to all as
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, for your kind words and words of advice. Finally, I'd like to invite our senior member of council, first Deputy Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda and the Minister of ESC, Minister Rebecca Kadaga, who has really seen the ESC through many years and many seasons. We invite you to address us, Minister.
I want to commend the young people. And I was glad what is the I think we need to push it further. So I think that we get one. The young stuff. It's very disciplined. But I think it's exciting. And they talk to the young. But look what happened. 133 recommendations were made. And I'm going to attend the meetings.
Then I'm like,
Out
I'm
of the
about to make.
total of the 133,
Bring the disabled automatically.
22 only.
I'll check. Huh? I'll check later on the disabled automatically.
48 is not implemented. 6 not updated. What's the problem? Because we see to make these resolutions, the directive where they are going, what's the problem? I think we need to find answers to that question. This will help us to move our education journey. Otherwise, we'll be happy to support the continuation of this forum. We're happy to continue participating. I want to arrange that my head of state is jumping to the question of the EAC. So we really want to call upon you to let us be together and copy that our ancestors started as far as we should have come to situation in 1960. But here we are still living. So let's move and don't embarrass Mwalimu. Don't embarrass Mzee Obote. Don't embarrass Mzee Kenyatta. Thank you so much.
Is it power?
Thank you so much for those remarks, Honorable Minister. I think now we've come to the end. As I make my final remarks and bring the meeting to a close, I wish to ask to say that if future when people look at our photographs, they may think there was a bit of deformity. Because the young people, I think they are on their phones a lot. So sometimes it's good to listen to the wisdom of the elders when they speak to us. We gather quite a number of things. But thank you. Honorable Ministers, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am really pleased to stand before you as we bring to a close the 7th ESC Secretary General's Forum. So this forum goes by the name of the Secretary General. It is not a forum of the Secretary General, but it is a forum that is enshrined in the establishing treaty of the ESC in Article 127(4) that states that the Secretary General shall convene a forum that brings together the civil society, interest group, and private sector, because we are a community that is people-driven, that is people-centered, one people, one destiny. We must work together, and I believe the office of the Secretary General was given the name to bear so that we ensure that this happens, and I'm really pleased that this has happened. A lot of accolades have come my way and the way of the Secretariat, but I must say that it is really a team effort. Allow me to really appreciate the civil society for reaching out and for bringing, they did not tire. We must give a special mention to the team of Genial because they really made sure they reached out and they talked about this forum and how it has gone, and we took it upon us with the Deputy Secretary General, Honorable Andrea Rick, and the team from the social sector within the ESC to revive it. So it is really a team effort, and we are happy that this has happened. And Honorable Ministers, you do have our commitment that we will strive to ensure that this does not fall off the radar again, because we are the biggest beneficiaries of listening and hearing what it is the people want to say. As I said in my remarks yesterday, nothing for us without us. And we are happy that we are part of a journey of the 300 million citizens that are across the ESC. We have celebrated 25 years since our inception, and we've had these remarks. We have grown from a family of 3 to a family of 8, and we are happy that family of 8 is represented in this room. I can confirm that all 8 partner states are here. They have participated, they have engaged, and they have contributed to the success of the meeting. So thank you very much. As a secretariat, we are honored that you are able to join us. We celebrated 25 years with the summit that was held just last week. And again, we saw the commitment of our heads of state, and this is just part of the journey because they emphasize on the need of stakeholder engagement, and we are happy that we are here. It is also a great honor for me to stand here, even as we close this important and productive forum, because over the last 2 days, we have had very meaningful inputs from each one of us, hard discussions, soft discussions, pointed discussions, questions, which really means that you care about us, and we want to thank you for that. As we reflect about what we've heard from the forum, and Honorable Kadaga has highlighted very well the issues that have come up, I am particularly encouraged with the input that is very clear and very targeted. For instance, the participation of local governments. That is something we have had. The East African Local Government Association has reached out to us severally, asking how can we be part of the ESC organs of decision making. And I'm pleased that we have the council here and we have the other here. This is a matter that together we can follow up. We are pleased with the fourth estate here, having the communication and media aspect. We realize that even as we talk to our citizens, a lot of us do not realize the success that the community is having, despite some of the challenges. We talked yesterday about the infrastructure, the northern corridor, the southern corridor, connecting our close borders to the ports, the online tracking of the movement of trucks, the growth in trade numbers, the increase in movement of persons, the recognition of professionals, the dealing together of challenging health situations. We have continued to enjoy growth and success over the last 25 years, and we choose to focus on that success. We have seen students coming from one partner state to another to learn, to cohese together. We have sung the community anthem of the ESC together, and we've all heard that we are indeed one Jumuiya, and we choose to celebrate that success. We've heard about the languages, and I'm pleased to know that the recent summit also endorsed, in addition to English, French and Kiswahili as official languages of the community. We also heard yesterday about the need to address our logo and make sure our logo is representative, and we talked about how that is work in progress, and we will address it because it's part of communication. Thank you for your input on funding and startups for digital entrepreneurs, youth desks, the issues about digital infrastructure, the e-payments for East African payment systems, something that we are working on together with the regional switches. I'm happy to note that a number of our partner states already have the national switches for payment solutions. We are waiting to embark on a regional switch that will enable easy trade across borders. Because as I mentioned yesterday, our trade has seen an increase in numbers, both with trade with the rest of the world, but also trade, intra-ESC trade. We've had a recommendation on emerging threats to peace and security, and this is a new frontier, and we are happy to note that it is also a factor that was discussed by the heads of state last weekend in their meeting, and you will be seeing quite a number of initiatives coming forward. We've had about local content, technology, women. It has really been a rich discussion. We cannot go into each and every one of the issues that were discussed, but thank you for giving us succinct proposals, because a challenge has been thrown out. 132 recommendations. What do we do to it? You have only 12 months of the year, you have only so much, but when we focus, then my commitment, together with that of the Secretariat, is we will develop an implementable action plan to ensure that these recommendations are brought to the attention of the policy-making organ of the community, and discussed, and clear policy and action items be guided. And if we commit in the next Secretary General's Forum, and I'm committing my team here, that we will come back back and report on each of these recommendations. So we have heard also about the challenges, the issues about sustainable funding, and the issues of partner states' contributions. And again, I wish to assure you that every partner state we have is committed. We are all at very different levels of economic development. We face different challenges. We've had issues dealing with pandemics. We've had national partner states conflict. We've had just global macroeconomic changes that have impacted, but we have increasingly seen that partner states are honoring their obligations, but we cannot forget that we have our partners who continue to work with us and assist us even to bridge some of the budgetary gaps. But those are just some of the few challenges that we are working through. Allow me to really express my appreciation to all the participants, the panelists, the experts, the media who have covered this. Thank you very much. This would not have been possible without each one of you. And even for the hackathon, that was serious pitching skills that we have seen, and we are very encouraged by the youth. Allow me to mention in a special way our youngest participant. I think today he rested, he was 10 years old. He joined us, and that shows that there is life within the Jumuiya. So allow me to also mention in a very special way the presence of council from United Republic of Tanzania, Uganda, Republic of Rwanda. The fact that our ministers of council and minister presented tells us that we are being heard. We are not in the echo chamber. We are being heard, whatever policy decisions, and listening and engaging with the council. I believe together we shall be able to move a lot of this agenda. So thank you so much, council members, and I believe and hope and commit that you will be our ambassadors to the rest of the council on the importance of this forum and even this budgetary allocation to this forum. Allow me to recognize the participation of the various organs, and before I do that, I think it is important in a very small way to highlight how the community is, because we have the summit that is the vision bearer. The council gives us the policy directives through the Council of Ministers. We have the principal secretaries of the 8 partner states who sit in the coordinating committees and through various councils. We have organs, the East African Legislative Assembly, the East African Court of Justice, and the Secretariat. But we also have the institutions which are specializing in many countries. So it's my honor now to just recognize heads of institutions who are here. I see Dr. Guire, who is heading the Please Stand Up, Dr. Guire, heading the Lake Victoria Basin Commission in Kenya, the only ESC institution in Kenya. We have Madam Kasim here. Caroline Asimwe, who is the Executive Secretary of the Kiswahili Commission that is situated in Zanzibar, in the URT. We are integrated because Dr. Bwire is from Tanzania heading that organ. We have Asimwe here from the Republic of Uganda heading that organ. I saw the ES for the universities, Inter-Universities Council. Is Prof around or he left? I think he left. Am I leaving out any other institution? We have the deputy of Esteco. Where is the deputy? Karibu Sana. So all those are organs. I hope I've not left anyone out. And I am joined here by our deputy secretary general, from the and senior officials, Director Flavia, who heads our customs and trade. Presented here, Dr. Eric, also our health lead. I think he has stepped out. Not to forget the amazing team that we have from the various offices, Social Sector, Jane Rose, Maurice, everyone from the Secretariat. Please stand up, the security. Let everyone just various officers out there. So thank you so much for your great effort in making today a success. In closing, let me remind us that the strength of the East African community, Umoja wa Jumuiya, lies with our unity. Utangamano unategemea umoja wetu. Ni muhimu tuungane pamoja. Remember, what unites us is more than what divides us. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you for making this a success. I join my friend here in asking you, please enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Remember to deepen and widen the integration process as you travel back to your respective homes. Thank you so much. I really
Thank you very much. I cannot reopen what the Secretary General has closed. So we thank you. I know that on Jamhuri Day last year, your head of state gave you an award, the order of the Chief of the Burning Spear of the Republic of Kenya. I think we now extend that and say you are now the Burning Spear of the East African community. I request that the rest of us remain seated while the high table is led out by protocol to the lunch venue. Then, as we did yesterday in our orderly manner, we collect the lunch coupons as we leave. Let's have lunch for now for the civil society, citizen people, and then we'll be back in the room for our own town hall, whereby we now practicalize how we'll take on these recommendations and our own plan of action. Okay, we will, the high table, the ministers will come down and take one final group photo. Okay, so the first photo will be the ministers, the SG and the PS. After that, we'll call the heads of the apex bodies of the East African community to also come as a lead, but they take a group photo together. The heads of the apex bodies, EACSOF, EABC, ELS, East African Child Rights Network. East African Business Council, East Africa Law Society, East African Women in Business Platform, East African Health Platform, East African Child Rights Network. Can see you now. Thank you very much. Enjoy your lunch. Bon appetit. Just as we did yesterday, make sure you collect your lunch coupon from our colleagues at the door. Don't go without it.
Haya, uko live hapa, hebu ongea na sisi. Tuambie umefurahishwa na nini?
So the innovators and the judges please to come and take another group photo. Let's memorialize this day. 3 o'clock now. Let's make sure we're back by 4 o'clock for our final as we start the citizens. The innovators and judges.
Kitu ambacho ni mara ya kwanza tunakifanya kama platform, na pia tumeweza kupitia vitu tofauti kama kituo cha elimu ambacho ni kikubwa ambacho tumekifanya ni kupitia strategy ya wanawake ambayo itaanza mwaka 2025. Strategy ilikuwa imetengenezwa kuanzia mwaka 2015 lakini ilishindwa kupitishwa kwa sababu ilikuwa ina mapungufu. Lakini sasa hivi baada ya miaka 6 tumefurahi tumeweza kupata support kutoka kwa GIZ kuweza kurevise hii strategy ya wanawake, na tumeweza kupokea inception report ya mwanzoni kama consultant anategemea kufanya nini kwenye hii strategy ambayo itaanza mwaka 2025. Na tumeweza kupata maoni ya wanawake kutoka nchi 8 za Afrika Mashariki ambao walikuwepo hapa. Kwa hiyo tunategemea kwamba tutakuwa na mpango mkakati wa wanawake kwenye Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki, that is the EAC Women Strategy, ambao utaanza mwaka 2025, ambao pia utatuwezesha sisi kama platform ya wanawake kwenye Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki kuweza kuwa na kipaumbele ya issues ambazo zinaweza kuaffect wanawake katika jumuiya na jinsi ya kwenda mbele kuweza kuleta sauti za kina mama, wanawake na vijana mbele ili tuweze kufanya dunia yetu kuwa nzuri, kuwa na sauti za wanawake na vijana, kuangalia jinsi wanawake kwenye services, kwenye biashara wanaweza kunufaikaje na dunia ya Afrika Mashariki.
Asante sana. Asante. Shukrani.
Some of it come on to this side.
Oh, sorry. Nipe na mimi basi.
Kasmuel.
Hey. Nilikuwa nakutafuta wewe.
Where's Morris who was looking for money for
hiyo voucher iko wapi? Sioni.
Naam? Nenda, you just go to Jumuiya Kiswahili Media on YouTube. It's there.
Kiswahili Media.
Jumuiya Kiswahili Media.
Jumuiya Kiswahili Media.
Yes, let's take it on YouTube. I'm looking for my closing shots before I sign out. It's the ideal. Aha. I'm looking for my closing shot. Can you give me my closing shot? Naomba dada mkurugenzi, tuambie kuhusu ulichofanikiwa ama ulichoshuhudia katika kongamano hili.
na kushirikisha sekta binafsi na mashirika ya kiraia kuwa ni shughuli nzima na ni shughuli muhimu katika maendeleo ya barabara. kufanikiwa, na kwa sababu huwa ni kama wanafuatilia ni nini ambacho kinafanyika kulingana na mwongozo ambao tunapewa kutokana na tunashukuru sana na tunafurahi sana, na pia tunashukuru na kama walivyosema kwamba kuna mapendekezo ambayo yametolewa. Tunafurahi kwamba swala la lugha pia limezungumziwa na swala la kushirikisha wanahabari kama wadau muhimu katika kuendeleza ajenda ya utangamano.
Asante, karibu. Asante. Uko live. Don't talk much.
Recall.